are special rules for small meetings. And I think this is probably particularly relevant to a lot of you who have a governing board for your church that is right around 12 members. So Robert's Rules designates 12 members as kind of the threshold at which a meeting becomes large. That's not too hard and fast. I wouldn't die on that hill, but it is a good guide. And it outlines ways in which you can relax procedure in a smaller group. And of course, circling back to what we talked about at the beginning, in a smaller group, it's easier when you can see everyone to make sure everybody's right to speak and vote and have information is maintained. So you don't have to obtain the floor before making motions or speaking. The motion does not need to be seconded. There's no limit to the number of times you can speak, and informal discussion of a subject is permitted while no motion is pending. And you can picture how this happens, right? You're sitting around a table or you're sitting in a room and you want to talk about a specific topic, and you're just going to take the discussion as it comes. You may or may not have a motion on the floor. What you wouldn't want to do, what I'd encourage you not to do, is to become too relaxed and to say, well, parliamentary procedure doesn't matter in this context. If you're leading a meeting like this, I would take that responsibility really seriously and think about how you can still organize the discussion to make the most efficient use of the people who have dedicated their time to be on the board. And that might take a form of saying, okay, we have a topic about whether to remodel a certain wing of the church. And we're going to talk about this. Let's talk about this if there's no objection for the next 15 to 20 minutes, and then see if we can form a motion after we've heard from a variety of folks about this topic. And then you might say something like, if you want to speak in favor of the renovation or the remodel, please raise your hand. If you want to speak in opposition, please raise your hand. And you might have the secretary of the board make a note of those who want to speak in favor, and then you can alternate back and forth. But that prevents a situation where you have a person dominating the conversation and a person with great ideas who's just not speaking up as much, and you can hear from everyone. And so what I'd encourage you to do is look at your small group that's meeting, understand you can relax procedure there to a degree, and then think about still, how can I make efficient use of this group's time? How can I move us towards good decision-making and a good decision-making process? A few other things that you can do in a small group. So typically the chair, whoever's chairing the meeting, needs to maintain an appearance of impartiality and not engage in discussion that is relaxed in a small group, and you can understand why. Also, the chairperson does not need to rise when he's taking a vote, and that of course applies in a very large group where you would want to be standing if you're taking the vote and you're chairing the meeting.